Hey everybody, Kyle Goth here from GoatFilmReviews.com and the Goat Film Reviews YouTube channel. I've got another first reaction for you for Baz Luhrmann's newest film, Elvis, which is very obviously a biopic based on the life of Elvis Presley, starring Austin Butler and Tom Hanks. Let me be completely clear before starting this moment. This is a movie that will not work for everyone. My dad is a huge Elvis fan. I don't think that my dad is going to enjoy this movie. Me personally, I kind of loved it. I'm not going to say it was perfect. I'd maybe scale back to I really liked it. I will have to watch it again probably when it hits HBO Max in August to know for certain, but I really liked this movie. I would rather see an auteur like Baz Luhrmann, who I've been fairly critical of. I would like to see a film that Baz Luhrmann directs that is... I would rather see that on a biopic than a just standard TV movie-esque biopic that hits all the beats. If I want to know the exact 100% accurate story of the person's life, I will go read a book on that person's life that claims to be it, or I will watch a documentary on it. Film is a storytelling medium. And visually speaking, I would rather see a movie like this than a standard biopic. I want something like a Rocket Man, like parts of Bohemian Rhapsody, over something that just hits all the beats that you have to hit. I really, really liked Austin Butler in the title role of Elvis Presley. I think we will see him in the discussion when it comes time for Oscars. I personally like Tom Hanks in the role of Colonel Tom Parker. Not everything he does works in the movie, but part of that is I don't know if the character is written in tune to make him that way. The whole thing about Tom Parker as a character is I couldn't tell if we were supposed to like him or not like him, or if we were supposed to not like him but keep following him. Like, there's a lot of question, because he's kind of our narrator of the film, and we know from the get-go that he's not a person that we like or trust, so there's kind of some of that. There's nitpicks that I have, generally speaking, about the way that the film is worked together. There's a few song choices. I think there's new songs that are placed in the movie that take it or leave it. They didn't completely distract me, and they weren't in every single scene, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but they could have the tendency to kind of take you out of the film. But this is such a stylistic, visual treat of a movie that felt more in line. I can't believe I'm comparing it. Felt more in line with like a Speed Racer onslaught of visual cues, a fever dream, an attack on all the senses, and I think that it holds together well because we know that going in. I don't think this movie is going to work for everybody. I think if you want a standard biopic about Elvis, this may not be the movie for you. If you want a fantasy musical opera kind of take on Elvis, I think you're going to get something pretty cool out of this movie. I don't think it's going to work for anyone by a stretch, and I know that more than the fact that the reviews that have been coming out have been very mixed. But I think that we've got two lead performances that are quite good, and there's a number of other people throughout the film that do really well as well. But this is basically Tom Hanks and Austin Butler's film. And I was pretty shocked by how much I was taken in by this movie and how much it actually worked for me. It hits a lot of the various, the problem with watching a movie like Walk Hard is that every time you see a biopic, you see all of Walk Hard's jokes about how, Dewey Cox has to relive his whole life before he goes on stage. There's kind of elements of that to it, although it's kind of taken and placed on Tom Hanks's character, that he's got to kind of relive his entire relationship with Elvis because he's not going to make it much longer. That's kind of how it seems like it's played. But I was really taken with the presentation. This might be my new favorite Baz Luhrmann film because I mean, to be honest, I'm very critical of Luhrmann. I don't think his Romeo and Juliet is all that good. I couldn't get through his Moulin Rouge. I will eventually one day watch the whole film all the way through. And I've only recently grown to appreciate The Great Gatsby that he did because of it's almost like unintentional, ironic viewpoint of excess. I think Baz Luhrmann has trouble understanding the assignment in most cases, but I think this is a movie that is very much a passion project, and you can see that in the finished product. I was taken with it quite a lot, but let me know what you thought. The film opens on June 24th, and I'm assuming it'll probably be on HBO Max the first week of August, if they're still doing their 45-day window, but the film opens in theaters on June 24th. When you see it, comment below with your thoughts on the film and where does it sit with you in your Baz Luhrmann rankings. Are you an Australia fan, or are you Moulin Rouge person? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about the film and overall the career of that director. And you can always find my film reviews over at goatfilmreviews.com. You can find Goat Film Reviews on Facebook. You can follow me personally at Almighty Goatman on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And you can check out my show, Kyle and Nick on Film, that I host Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays with Nick Plotachuk from the St. Paul Filmcast. Break down a different movie every single episode, so join us for that. And you can find all those links down in the description. We'll see you next time.